I'm here with Aaron Levie, CEO of Box. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
You've had a very busy year, actually, since the IPO.
Yeah.
A couple things on your plate. I want to start with acquisitions, first of all, because you've been making some.
Yep.
Still the plan going forward to be looking around and buying to grow the business?
Yeah, so we made 3 acquisitions so far this year. 2 were in the security space. 1 was in the 3D modeling and viewing space. What's really amazing about Silicon Valley is there's so much entrepreneurial kind of action and talent and investment all around us in our industry. So you have lots of companies that might have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 people that are doing something very innovative and that might be adjacent to our space. And this is a really great way to be able to, by acquiring those kinds of teams and companies, it's a really great way to boost our internal entrepreneurial talent, but also advance our product roadmap. So I would say that you'll continue to see acquisitions like the ones that we've done this year, but also those in the past, going forward for quite some time. The key spaces that we look at are things that can help advance our enterprise technology position, so things in security, things in collaboration, things that help our industry strategy. So that's why we've acquired the 3D modeling company, but also last year we acquired a medical imaging technology. So anything that can help our customers take advantage of their information in new ways, we tend to pay a lot of attention to.
And you're also very deep in developing specific solutions for industry. You've just moved into financial, you've got a couple others. So how is that going? What have you learned from the first one that you've done that you're now changing as you look forward to the other industries?
So last year at our customer conference, we announced that this program called Box for Industries, which is taking our horizontal technology, which is content management, collaboration, security, information storage, and it applies these technologies to specific industries in unique ways. So we announced this with healthcare, retail, and media and entertainment. These were 3 industries where we had a lot of initial traction and a lot of initial customers that were helping really shape our product for their specific industry. So in healthcare, for instance, we help hospitals be able to collaborate around patient information and medical documentation on mobile devices. And so in that industry, being heavily transformed because of mobile technologies, but they need HIPAA compliant solutions. So Box is actually uniquely poised to be able to serve healthcare companies. And the same is true for retail, media, and entertainment, and that's why we launched Box for Financial Services back in February of this year. And for financial services, what's really important is you have a huge amount of security concerns, you have huge regulatory burden, but you still need ways of collaborating and having more productivity in your firm or a financial institution. So we have FINRA compliance, we have watermarking that's coming out, we have a new encryption technology that lets customers manage their own encryption keys, and then we're going to build out a salesforce and a set of partnerships that are really oriented around the financial services ecosystem. So we're going to be working more with investment banks, credit card companies, retail banks, insurance companies, asset managers, really all around the industry.
So I said you've been having a busy year.
Yes.
Who do you consider now your biggest competitive threat? Even though your space is very different, but if you had to have one person that you look behind your shoulder at?
Well, yeah, I mean, what's unique about Box is there's a set of competitors that are the competitors from where the industry has been, but a lot of what we try and do is really build a solution and build a strategy for where the industry is going. So there's a much smaller number of competitors for where this industry is going. When you think about a large company like General Electric, if they want to implement secure collaboration for their entire company, there aren't a lot of solutions that they can use to go do that. If you're Toyota, if you're Eli Lilly, if you're Kaiser, if you're some of our biggest customers and you want to have much better productivity within your organization and really be able to transform the way that your employees are working, there's really not a lot of other competition when you get to companies of that size. So what happens is, I think it's somewhat kind of difficult to really understand who we're competing with, because I think a lot of times people think we compete with Dropbox or Google Drive or Amazon, but actually those services don't really compete with us. We're very focused just on the enterprise. We're very focused on helping enterprises collaborate and manage their data in a very secure way. And really the only competitor that we see consistently is probably Microsoft, and we actually partner with Microsoft more than we compete with them. So even who ostensibly is our #1 competitor, is actually one of our biggest partners. So I would just say mostly we're trying to collectively, with others, invent an all new way to do things in the enterprise. And with that, it's far less about sort of hand-to-hand combat with any specific competitor and more about going and trying driving this industry forward.
So tell me a little bit about how the numbers are looking the last quarter. When you reported last, the loss was a little bit wider.
Yeah.
Now your numbers early on will be a little lumpy based on where you are in your development, but how are things looking on the number side from what you can share? And where will you be when you report a profit? How far out are we talking about?
The one thing my CFO shared is that we're expecting cash flow break even within 8 quarters. So that's the first major milestone that we're focused on from the pure profitability and cash flow side. In terms of the actual profit point, that's something where we're in a rapidly changing industry that we think is going to be valued at tens of billions of dollars. And for us, I mean, this year alone, we're only going to do about 280 to 285 million in revenue. So for us, we're going after a market that's worth tens of billions of dollars. So we're really focused on making sure we're building a company and a platform for the long run. We want to make sure that our actual customer economics are very healthy. This is why we have, we put up nearly kind of 80% gross margin for our product. So we want to make sure that individual customers are very profitable. But right now we're investing in our infrastructure, we're investing in our sales team, we're investing in our go-to-market capabilities, we're investing in our partnerships to actually make sure that we can go build a long-standing, massive company. And so sort of focused on near-term profitability, we're not super focused on near-term profitability because of how much upside there is and how much growth there is looking forward.
How hard is it to find people right now to hire?
It's a very competitive landscape. I think, and our expectations and our bar is extremely high for the kind of talent that we bring in. So most of our talent is looking at the Facebooks and Ubers and Googles of the world as the alternatives of where they could work. And so that means that we have to compete with some of the best companies on the planet right now for amazing talent. The benefit though is that when you're a customer of ours, you know that the people building your software and your technology are some of the world's best engineers. We have some of the world's best customer success people, and that means that you're going to hopefully get a way higher quality of product and technology delivered to you. So it's very competitive, but I think we're able to attract great talent because of the industry that we're in and the kind of transformation that we're driving.
Aaron Levie, great chatting
Thank you very
with
much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.